Okay, and we're here at NAMM 2019 with Clifton Cameron, a friend of mine actually, who's with Haken Audio in Champaign, Illinois. How's it going, man?
It's going great. We're here at the NAMM Show 2019. Thanks for having us under the tree.
Yeah, under the tree,
and,
man.
The Haken Continuum is a labor of love by some very special people. Lippo Haken is the creator.
Yeah.
And Evan Egan is the individual who created the Dsp Matrix modular Dsp synthesizer. So I'm here showing the Haken Continuum in its many flavors. We have the full-size model here. We also have a half size right over this way here.
Yeah, well, I made a fan of that.
And
there we go.
There it is. You can hear some sounds that Christoph here is playing.
Is that sound coming out of the DSP engine from the Continuum?
It's coming straight from the DSP engine into this resonating membrane acting as a speaker.
Oh, how cool.
So the sound is coming directly from the Haken Continuum fingerboard. This is our half size here. And you can see Christoph here is playing some beautiful sounds that have been programmed by himself and also Edmund Egan. Right this way, we have the newest member of the family, and this is the Continuum Mini. This here is another self-contained, full-blown synthesizer in its own right. Right here we have your audio output here, which is stereo.
So cool.
You have a connection port here for an expression pedal, but also with a special IC cable. Our friend over at Untitled Technologies has a micro CVC, so you can send control voltage to your synthesizer.
Oh, wow.
At the same time, it's powered here by a standard micro USB cable. Right now it's being powered with an adapter for an iPhone, and basically it's powering the unit by itself.
It looks so much like a ribbon controller from, you know, an old Moog modular or something like that.
That's the beauty of it. So you can use it as a ribbon controller with your existing modular synthesizer, and at the same time process that audio going into a filter or have it, you know, basically control a frequency rate through FM or AM and extend upon that. We also have here 5 different destination points for the micro CBC. We also have our friend from 512 demonstrating the vector sector from the numerology process. So you can also have a DAW control the Dsp Matrix through the Continuum Mini or through the Continuum full size or half size. Take a look at this beautiful interface here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this DSP Matrix. This is really one of a kind thing, isn't it?
This is a one of a kind thing. The sound is amazing. The sound quality itself and the possibilities are endless. I know that on our different channels online you hear these beautiful sounds, but it does so much more. It can do chaotic sounds, really delicate, light, beautiful sounds. The world is basically your oyster with this synthesizer. It's based on the early EMS matrix sound synthesizers.
Sure.
And also has some of the characteristics from a Serge modular. You have oscillator selections here. Everything that you see here in red can be changed. So these oscillators can be filters.
Okay.
You have wave banks, you have control voltage, you have delays, you have different types of situations where you can create, for example, if I click on this B, which is the frequency of this triangle wave bank, this B is what's called a formula. And this will enable you to create, instead of just a single pin connection, it's a variation of different functions for that precise patch.
That's unbelievable.
Point.
So within that patch, you've got all of these graphic building blocks that you can put together to be able to create an arbitrarily complex algorithm or an arbitrarily complex function for whatever that thing is supposed to be doing, right?
And that's the beauty of it. So basically, you're exactly right. So basically, you are able to create your own instruments.
Wow.
And the play control is very expressive, and it can be very minimal or it can be extremely progressive. So in this case, we have the W function, which acts as a gate when you touch the actual playing surface. X is your left and right motion.
Yeah.
Y is your up and down. And Z or Z is the pressure pressing into the device. So check this out. So in this case, from the Z function for this formula B, it's running at a constant, right?
Yep.
But you can also start from 0.001 to something like 1,000. So you can do really radical, insane type of sound design here or keep it really kosher and beautiful. And as you can see here, these X's represent the left and right axis for the frequency of this triangle wave bank here. And when you click here, whatever you see in red, you can change. So for example, we have what's called a sine spray, which is a collection of different sine waves. Over here, we have control voltage. So you can actually create control voltage within the Haken Matrix and send it out to your existing hardware analog modular synthesizer, whether it's a Dofer A100 or a Buchla or a Serge. And with the Buchla, they have the 1.2 volt per octave.
Right.
That's not a problem here. You can do all your scaling and be able to control your modular synthesizer through the Haken Matrix, and also on the half size and full size, you can import existing audio and process it.
Wow.
And let me show you this great device over here. This here is the control voltage converter, which enables you to create control voltage. So as you see there, you got 16 outputs there to control any parameter
anything you want
with the modular synthesizer, and build your own instruments on your modular and process it with the Haken Matrix control, and use your existing modular inside of the Haken Matrix to process it and to combine the sounds with the Haken Matrix modular synthesizer.
So let me see if I understand this right. You plug that into your Haken Continuum, and you can program it to spit out all of those control voltages based on the pressure and the pitch and whatever it is that you're doing along those lines, broken into like 4 different areas so that you can control 4 different sets of, 4 different sets of whatever you want within a modular. Do I have that about right?
You are absolutely correct. That's exactly what it can do and so much more. So you can also take your existing control voltage and the audio from the Haken Continuum and combine it with the audio coming from your modular synthesizer. So it's like this big feedback system that you can create.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's one of the most amazing instruments I've ever used in my life. And I've been programming synthesizers for 26 years.
Goodness.
And this is something that continues to inspire me and encourage me to go deeper and further.
It's fascinating. I know that it's an incredibly expressive interface, perhaps the most expressive interface for electronic music. And as a result, just like anything, you can't expect to get really musical results right off the bat. It begs you to say, okay, I'm going to learn to play this the way I learn a violin or a saxophone. You start small and you dig in and you dig in and you dig in until you become, a virtuoso Haken Continuum player, right?
That's the beauty of it. And another thing that I think a lot of people realize, and that they fail to realize, they realize it is expressive, but it's much more than that. How do you expect to learn how to play tennis in an hour? How do you expect a wiggle of the wrist to be considered expressing yourself in music? So with the Haken Continuum, it does require practice to actually play it and also to build your own sounds, because the synthesis engine is much different than anything that's out there. So it lends itself to enable you to create, and the idea is to play the instrument, practice, master it, and create something new and special for the world. And Haken Continuum has been very instrumental in continually increasing the flexibility and the power and the expressiveness of this instrument. And I feel very happy and blessed to be a part of this experience.
Thank you, Clifton.
Thank you.
A quick side note as we wrap up here. So we do an awful lot of stuff on Kima on my channel, and it's I don't know what it is about Champaign, Illinois, but Kurt Hebel, the inventor of the DSP part of Kima, and Lippold Haken were college roommates. It's just nuts.
It's completely insane, and it makes perfect sense. The Haken Matrix was actually prototyped entirely in Kima.
Oh,
and
I see.
Yeah, and so Kurt and Carla and Lippold are like family to me.
That's
and
beautiful.
What they've been doing for the last 30 plus years has been continuing to inspire me and to change the way I look and hear and share sound. And I love the fact that I can inspire other people and bring them under the big tree.
Well, your inspiration and your friendship means an awful lot to me. So I thank you very much, Clifton Cameron, and have a wonderful show.
Thank you very much for having us.